Hey everyone, welcome back to Practical QA. Today, I'm going to show you the basics so you can use Docker as a QA engineer to test faster, isolate environments, and make your automation super reliable. Whether you're testing API, web apps, or CI pipelines, Docker can save you hours every week. Let's dive in. So, what is Docker, really? Think of Docker as a lightweight virtual environment where you can run your app exactly the same way every time, no matter what machine it's on. For QA, this means consistent test environments, easy test data setup, and quick cleanup. Imagine you're testing a web app with a database. Normally, you'd have to install Node, PostgreSQL, dependencies, all manually. With Docker, it's just one command, docker compose up. And boom, you've got your app, DB, and test server all running in seconds. Let's set up Docker. You can download it from docker.com, works on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Once installed, open your terminal and type docker version. That's how you confirm it's ready. Now the basics: Docker pull, get an image, Docker run, start a container, Docker piece, list running containers, Docker stop, stop a container. Before we jump further, let's talk about Docker images, the building blocks of everything in Docker. A Docker image is basically a blueprint. It contains the app, dependencies, and environment setup. When you run it, it becomes a container, which is a running instance of that image. Let's say you're testing a Python API. You can pull a pre-built image like this, Docker pull Python with version 3.12, that gives you a ready-to-use environment with Python pre-installed, perfect for automation testing. You can even create your own image with a custom test environment. Just write a simple Docker file like this, from Python 3.12, workdir tests, copy ... run pip install -r requirements, and cmd pytest. Now, whenever you build this image, you have a portable test suite you can run anywhere. Next, containers. Think of containers as temporary labs for your tests. You can spin them up, run your tests, and throw them away instantly. Say you want to test on node 18 and node 24 simultaneously. Just run two containers from different images. Each one is isolated, so your tests won't interfere. By default, containers are temporary. Once you stop them, data inside is gone. But sometimes, as a QA, you want to keep your test data or logs. That's where Docker volumes come in. This is super useful when saving automation reports, screenshots, or logs from tools like Selenium, Cypress, or Playwright. Let's do a real QA use case. Suppose you're testing an API built with node.js that talks to a PostgreSQL database. We'll use Docker Compose to spin both up for testing. Here in this example, service is the image for a microservice within the context of some larger application. And here you can see the ports. One is for the internal Docker network, and one is for access outside of that. Depends on helps order the startup order of the services. Image is a standardized package that includes all of the files, binaries, libraries, and configurations to run a container. And finally, in this example, environment is used to set environment variables like Postgres password. Save this Docker Compose file and run Docker Compose up. And Docker will create both containers and link them together. Here are a few QA-friendly Docker tips. Use Docker volumes to persist test data. Use Docker networks to connect multiple apps. Use Docker Hub or your internal registry for storing test images. Clean up with Docker System Prune AF to remove old containers and images. And these are the basics to use Docker as a QA engineer. If this helped you, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you want a deep dive on Docker Compose testing or CI integration. Thanks for watching Practical QA. See you next time.